Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'll be doing a review of the Adams Boxing AB-01 boxing shoes, so stay tuned.
Uber up the styles like miles and shit. Like 60s funky worms with waves and perms, just sending junkie rhythms.
Okay guys, so in this video I'm hitting the heavy bag while I'm wearing my Adams Boxing AB-01 shoes. These are fantastic shoes as far as accommodating wide feet. They're lightweight, comfortable, nice materials. And they're a really good alternative for those of you that have been looking at getting some Japanese style boxing shoes like MIZUNO's or Asics, but it's hard to get a hold of them. Just one, because they're really expensive, and two, they're only really made in Japan. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. On to the review. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the Adams Boxing AB-01 boxing boots. As you can see here, I got it in the pearl white, black patent leather, and gold trim color scheme. And as you can see that it has a very reminiscent look to the Japanese style boxing boots like MIZUNO and even Asics. And to give you guys a little bit of back history on Adams Boxing, if you're not familiar with them already, they've been around for a couple years now. They're a boutique company based out of Southern California that makes a lot of custom boxing gear that's made in Mexico. Mainly their boxing boots, which would be their AB-01s like you see here. They also have the ABV4s, which are very similar to the Mayweather Reebok boxing boots that came out a couple years ago. That's kind of their claim to fame, was with those boxing boots. And then they also make their gloves, groin protector, and headgear as well. So let's go over the 5 things. First is going to be the design of the boots. As you can see here, it is a mid-top shoe. It is not super low. It doesn't sit up very high. The actual materials of the shoe uses a synthetic kind of mesh material for the main body of the shoe here. Very lightweight, breathable material. Then you can see that it uses a synthetic patent leather. So for the actual trim of the shoe, right here at the toe box, as well as the lace trim, which is that pearl white color, the actual Adams logo, which is like an A with a triangle in it. The heel cup, as well as the back heel right here, is all patent leather material. So you kind of have the contrast between the actual kind of a polyester, very slick feel foam material here, and then the actual contrast between that and the patent leather material here as well. And just like the MIZUNO boxing boots, it does have these flaps that kind of give it some style. One thing I do love about these shoes, with these flaps, you can actually have the flaps stick up once you have your laces in to make it kind of look like a high top in a way. You can wear it like this with the flaps up, and you can see that the underside of the flaps of where the patent leather is at actually has this gold mesh material right here that really gives it an excellent color contrast. It really stands out, and you can see there just the color contrast of the boxing boots looks really nice. It's a very classy looking boxing boot. So the bottom of the shoe, you can see here, has a really nice herringbone outsole. So it provides a lot of grip for both lateral movement, as well as a lot of, if you're using a lot of your footwork in boxing, requires a lot of lateral movement, front and back, a lot of shifting. And so this is very premium to use in sparring and other kinds of training because of the type of grip that the shoe has at the bottom. Very durable. You can see that the actual outsole starts from the tip of the toe box and is the full length of the actual shoe all the way to the heel, so you get that traction throughout the entire shoe. You can see that it comes with nice laces, very long, so that you can actually wrap the laces around your ankle several times to really lock down on your ankle to really give yourself that support. So when I put these shoes on, I really am able to tighten these up individually up the loops, and then at the very top I can actually go around the ankle of the shoe about 2 times, and then the 3rd time I'm able to lace it towards the front, so that my ankle is really locked in, kind of like how you lace up boxing gloves. You can see here that it has the Adams logo that's embroidered on the tongue. The tongue has a piece of Velcro on here so that it matches up with the Velcro on the actual lower part of the tongue, so when you flip it over and you want to wear it that way, you can wear it like this, or you can wear it with the flap up. It's just completely up to you. The inside, you can see it has the Adams patch right here with the sizing The shoe only comes in whole sizes. It does not come in half sizes. So if you do have wide feet, I would go that half size up. So for me, example, I wear size 10 and a half. I got these in size 11 and they fit perfectly. I always recommend going a little bit larger, because with these shoes you can actually take out the insoles in them, which is a nice feature. These soles are really nice. They're actually much improved over their older models, but you can go to the store like Walgreens or Target and get yourself some aftermarket insoles for like 10 to 15 bucks that are thicker, and put them in here. Not only will they be more cushiony, but they'll also add a little bit more, they'll put more cushioning in there, so you'll have less space for your foot, so you'll feel like your foot's a little bit more snug if the shoe is a little bit on the looser side, rather than having a shoe that's too small and then your feet are very uncomfortable and you feel like your toes are getting really crunched in there. So I always recommend, if you do have normal to wide feet, I would definitely go the half size up if you are a half size. So with that being said, you can see that it does have a removable insole. That's really nice. It has a decent amount of cushioning. You can see the actual heel cup right here. I would say it has about a 1/4 inch thickness of padding right here. On their previous models, the very first variation of the AB, the Mayweather style shoes actually didn't have a removable sole, and if they did, it was really just a thin piece of foam, where these are actually made for your foot. So you can actually see here that Adams Boxing's done a really nice job of actually adding these insoles. Another thing I like about the insole on this is that you can see that it has kind of these bumps on here, which adds a little bit of grip, so that when your feet are moving inside the shoe, it really locks it in, so you don't feel like you're gonna get any kind of areas where your foot might rub against the shoe, and you might get like a callus or something, or a blister from your foot rubbing. So I like the fact that they not only built the shoe nicely, but they also added the actual orthotics on the inside of the boxing shoe to give it a more custom and a much more plush feel, rather than just having a flat piece of foam inside of there. So very nice job with that. I'm gonna go ahead and slide this back in here, and just the color scheme of it as well. You can see that the quality is all there on the inside. Going on to the quality portion of the review, you can see that the actual stitching is all done very nicely. The mesh is high quality. You can see that there's no fraying on all the areas, like the piping around the collar of the top of the boxing boot is all done really cleanly. Same thing with all of the patent leather material. Nothing is overlapping. You don't see any of the material that's actually longer than the other piece, or the stitching goes off track. Everything is done really nicely. So you can tell whoever crafted these boxing boots took their time with it, and really put a lot of pride in building these boots out. You can see here there's a couple of small glue marks where the toe box, or should I say the patent leather, meets the outsole. But nothing too crazy. It's just a little area right here at the bottom where you can see a little bit of excess glue marks, but nothing that's too crazy there. But overall, the shoe looks really nice. The patent's done really nicely. The way that the actual patent leather is cut, you don't see where they actually nipped on it. So the cuts are really smooth and very seamless. You can see that the Adams logo is printed on the heel cup. So quality-wise, these are really nice. Again, made in Mexico, so you wouldn't expect anything less. Another thing you can tell is that they actually painted the heel cup actually with the rest of the shoe, so you can see that they did a really nice job of not getting any overspray of the white paint onto the rest of the shoe. Now, comfort-wise is my favorite thing about these shoes. These shoes are extremely comfortable. I got these in size 11, so they're a half size up than what I typically wear. But the one thing I really feel about these shoes is that it gives you a lot of comfort, especially around the toe area, and with the high heel cup right here, it really locks your foot in. So whether you're sparring, you're hitting the heavy bag, in boxing, a lot of the movements that we use is through our feet and through our hips. So if you're constantly throwing hooks and you're pivoting and you're moving and you're kind of turning that back foot, and you're slightly turning that front foot for hooks, or you're throwing hooks for uppercuts, there's a lot of torque in your feet. And if you've been training a lot and you know that there's a lot of abuse that your legs and your feet take over the years of training in the gym, and it's really important to have shoes that you can really rely on to give you that comfort, and you don't feel like discomfort, or you want to go to the gym and be able to throw the punches you want to throw because you're able to get the foundation right. And these shoes really allow you to do that because they're very comfortable, and you don't feel like there's a lot of pinch points. Some of the other shoes I had, like the Hyper KOs or the Wessings, they're great shoes, but they're very narrow, and I feel like the upper material that they use on the shoe is really tight, and it doesn't allow your foot to really to expand and contract because that flywire material is really tight on your foot. With these, you don't feel that. You feel like they really hug your foot really well, but not to the point where you feel uncomfortable or you get pinch points on your foot. So the comfort is definitely there, and I definitely love that. And the fact that it's not a high top as well, you don't feel like it takes 10 minutes just to lace up one shoe. With these, you can put them on and tie them up pretty quickly and get your shoe on and get back to training. So performance-wise, they perform excellent as well. One area that I would say is a opportunity with these boots is that the outsole, that's about as much sole as you get as far as cushioning goes. So this outsole and this little midsole right here is a nylon rubber material. So if you're planning on doing any high impact training like box jumps, any kind of plyometrics, anything that's really high impact, you could do it with these shoes, but you're gonna definitely get a lot of discomfort in your knees and your legs and your lower back because these are not built for doing, you know, like high impact workouts. Again, you can do them, it's just really up to you. These are more preferred for you know, your conventional boxing workouts, you know, shadow boxing, sparring, in-ring type stuff based on the way that these are designed. So I would definitely stick to that. It's not like the Everlast Elites where they have a thicker sole for more cushioning, where you can use that more of an all-around gym shoe. I mean, I've seen bodybuilders and weightlifters actually use those shoes at the gym just because of the way they're cushioned. But with these are more of a traditional boxing boot. And one other thing I wanted to show you, which I didn't mention earlier too, is that the outsole is actually obviously glued onto the bottom of the shoe, but I also like how they added stitching along the tip of the shoe on the stretch areas of the boots where typically you would have separation between the outsole and the actual frame of the boot. And Adams actually added an extra bead of stitching there just to give that extra reinforcement. So I definitely like that extra detail that put it on there. Now cost-wise, these shoes are a little bit high on the higher end. They're a little bit more expensive. They're $164.99, so 165 bucks. But you know, right along there with some of the higher premium brands like the Nike Hyper KOs, some of the higher end Adidas that are over $100. So in my opinion, these shoes are definitely worth the price that you pay for based on the other shoes that are available in the same price range, and you're really getting a beautiful looking shoe that performs well, feels good, looks good, and you can get it in the colors that you want. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure if you guys have any comments to put them down below in the comments box. I'll leave all the information regarding these shoes in the description box. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.